beautiful friends from around the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel, Clarity with Carolee, where I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges. My name is Carolee, and today's message is a message from your soul, from your higher self. And maybe your guides will see who and what comes through today, but I really wanted to get a look at just sort of inspirational guidance from your soul, from your higher self. What do you need to know to move forward, to align with your soul, to align with your higher self, so that you can begin to attract really great and positive things into your life? To do that, I have 3 piles for you to choose from here. Pile number 1 is birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being with the Dalmatian Jasper. Pile number 2 is mirror, who or what is triggering you, with the Angelite Aura Quartz. And then pile number 3 is Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers, with the Sunstone. Okay, take a look, take a deep breath, and when you're ready, choose the pile that resonates with you. As always, the timestamps are in the description box below. See you in your reading. Hello, 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 pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you missed the intro, I'm Carolee, and my channel is Clarity with Carolee, where I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges. I don't know if I need to do that intro for every group. I don't usually do it. I notice other YouTubers do it, so I'm thinking, like, do I need to do that? Because, I mean, I think we all skip the intro, and especially when we're connected to our intuition, and we're like, nope, pile number 1, that's it. I don't even need to listen to the intro. I know that message is for me. Anyways, I don't know why I told you that story. But anyways, I think there may be a strong message about developing your intuition, maybe. Are you trying to develop your intuition right now? I'm hearing Spirit say outcast. Not the singer, but feeling like an outcast, feeling like you don't quite fit in and not understanding why. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. This is the card that you chose with the Dalmatian Jasper. I'm going to put these over here for a second. While I was setting up for your reading, like getting settled before I turned the camera on, Spirit was showing me the song. I was channeling the song The Beautiful People. I don't know if I'm dating myself, aging myself there, but it was a big song when I was like a teenager or growing up. So it's, I don't know, no matter how you feel about Marilyn Manson, because, there's stories and I believe the stories. There's something to be said here about paving a new path, feeling comfortable in your own skin, expressing yourself, feeling safe to express yourself, being different and being okay with being different. So I think that maybe you've been struggling with trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, trusting where spirit or your higher self or your soul is guiding you. Maybe there's been a lot of resistance in your life to expressing yourself, to being true to who you are, or feeling really out of place, feeling like the black sheep in your family, feeling like you can feel this power inside of you, but Spirit saying it terrifies you at the same time. They're showing me like the tower, but more so the electricity of the tower, the lightning hitting the tower and like being illuminated. But instead of allowing yourself to shine, it feels more like you've been electrocuted. I don't know. That's a really weird message. I'm not laughing at you. It's just like, it's such a weird visual that they're showing me. And it's scary. It feels really scary. Look at these downloads this figure's receiving from the astral realm. and all of these spirit guides around her guiding her, but you don't really see her face. And so it's almost as if her identity is a little bit obscured. It's like the spirit world or your higher self knows who you are, but you are having a hard time embracing that person or accepting that person. That soul, your maybe your soul gifts. Let me know in the comments what you think. 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and the Empress. Wow. I feel like I need to take a deep breath there. Spirit's really coming in right now with a very soft and subtle, relaxing energy when I'm looking at the 8 of Cups. Hold on. I want to clarify something. And then, we have the wheel at the bottom of the deck. Let me just show you that. The Wheel of Fortune, things shifting, things changing for you. Why the 8 of... Let's just go into this a little bit more. 8 of Cups. Pile number 1, soul. Messages from pile number 1, soul. The High Priestess. Okay. Let's just get one more for under the Empress. Oh, no, I just want one more, Spirit. Let's just try to keep this pretty straightforward for a second. No, they want to go deep. They want to go complex with this. I just want 1 or 2 cards. Okay, the Empress, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel this very strong transcendent energy, a very out-of-body experience almost. If you meditate or you do Vipassana meditation or something, like you are going deep, you are astral traveling with intention, with the High Priestess here in the 8 of Cups. It's like you're purposely... I don't know if you do this already or this is something that your soul does while you're sleeping. It could be a possibility. I think it's more intentional, or maybe you've been dabbling in it and getting answers and seeing things that feel so real, but then you're questioning whether or not you believe in it. The 5 of Cups. This is more like, your gifts are being downloaded to you. I think that you've been playing around with them. Like you've been astral traveling, trying to do maybe quantum leaping, right? If you're trying to manifest something. You are a deeply spiritual pile, but not only deeply spiritual, very mastering these skills that you were naturally given by Spirit. It's like you've been getting these downloads that there's something that you're meant to be doing right now, a mission, a calling. It's really calling you very strongly right now. And maybe you've been asking for answers from Spirit, from your higher self, from your soul. You've been really working on, like, what is it that I'm here for? What makes me different? What makes me unique? How come I don't fit in? All those questions that maybe you had in the past. Maybe you never understood why you were different, but now you're starting to embrace it. If you haven't already, that's what's coming in. That's what Spirit or your soul wants you to start doing, accepting that you are this person, that you have these gifts, and you were given these gifts for a reason, and maybe you didn't see it for a really long time, but you're starting to see it now through these astral projections. So either you're doing it intentionally through meditation, or you're doing it Some of you might be practicing like Trakta meditation or transcendental meditation, or however you're doing it, whatever feels good for you. But the messages that you're receiving while you're meditating are very extremely powerful, and Spirit wants you to know that they are true. The Five of Cups is throwing me off a little bit. That's more of okay, so if I did ask, what's the message from your soul? And the Five of Cups is like, stop wasting your gifts. Maybe you don't believe in yourself. Maybe you feel like they're so unbelievable, so unreal that they don't make any sense. But Spirit is saying you're wasting, or your soul. It's all one and the same. It's all connected. But your soul is saying, like, stop wasting your gifts. Stop. I don't know if you heard that, but there's people on the floor. I live in a building, so people above me are like dragging a chair or something across the floor, and it's literally like Spirit, or your soul or Spirit saying, stop dragging your feet in the sand or on the ground, or whatever that saying is. Because you have this amazing thing that you should be doing. You know it. You know you're powerful. You know you're really good. You're starting to accept it if you didn't accept it before. You're really starting to see how powerful you are, and this reading could be just a confirmation, something that you've been thinking about and wondering about, and watching maybe a lot of tarot readings, asking about. Maybe you're getting this kind of message come up quite a few times. You could be, there's a lot of Taurus energy here. Capricorn, Virgo. But there's also a lot of water energy here as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So those could be prominent points in your chart. Okay, so pile number one. I think the message is pretty clear. Stop dragging your feet and accept that you have these gifts. Accept that the visions that you're receiving are true, and do something with them. Because whatever it is that you're being called to do with your gifts, they are meant to, I'm getting spirit tingles, they are meant to change the world in a very powerful way. The owl here, or is this an owl or a hawk? Hold on, let me see. I've never actually looked closely at that bird. It's a hawk. And oh my God, I love hawks, but they're visionaries, right? They can see great distances, that they can see the big picture, but then they can zero in on their goal, on their target, and go after it with great speed and diligence. They're such powerful creatures. They're messengers as well from the spirit world. You are receiving messages very strongly from Spirit. Okay, so yeah, we have here, as I was talking about that, the Page of Wands. I'm just going to lay these across. And the Eight of Pentacles. The way in which you channel information is different, I feel, in some way. Maybe you look at tarot readers, let's say, for an example, online, or psychics or whatever, and you're like, I don't get messages in that way. I get them in a different way. Or you want to do something. I feel like you want to do something, or you're being called to do something different with these psychic gifts that you have, with these downloads. Because we have this mixture of water energy and really grounded, tangible, rooted, earthy Pentacles energy, it's like you're very powerful at taking this information that you're receiving from the astral plane, from the spirit world, from the 5D. You're taking that and grounding it into the earth, into this 3D plane for a very specific purpose. And you're being asked to be very creative with your approach, something different. Maybe you felt like spirituality, right, is very woo-woo or whatever, and you've had a hard time accepting it as like, this is who I am, or you feel like nobody's going to accept me for who I am. Like, there could be a lot of fears around why it's been so hard for you to sort of realize or come to this realization that you have these gifts and accept these gifts and use them. Not just accept that you have them, but use them for the purpose that they are meant to be used for. There's, there's tons of psychics and spiritualists out there, and tarot readers and people who, astrologists and stuff. There's so many of us around, right? But how can you use it for something, a very specific purpose? I feel like your mission here is to use the gift for a very specific purpose with the Queen of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles. It's just giving me this, like, you have a wish, but it's not your maybe human wish. It's more of a soul purpose, a mission, a soul wish, that to use these gifts for something very specific. It could be with the Empress there, the Empress is very nurturing. She's a force, right? A force of nature. People are drawn to her. She is the mother of us all. She is creative. She sees the potential in everyone and everything, right? And she doesn't care. Like, this is like unconditional love, Spirit saying. Unconditional love for humanity, for the earth, maybe. And everybody, of course, everybody's gifts are going to be different, but there's something very creative, something very specific you're trying to master, or your soul wants you to master. And it's different. It's different than what you see on maybe YouTube, on the YouTube psychics that are, like this, like tarot readings like this. What are you meant to be doing specifically with these gifts? Maybe you have a combination of gifts or interests and skills that you're sort of interested in this, but you're also interested in that. And how can you merge them together to become this very powerful earth warrior, a warrior for the earth, or warrior for humanity, for the souls of humanity, like whatever it is. I'm interested. Tell me if this resonates, and sort of what you've been playing around with in your mind, what you've been seeing, these visions that you've been seeing. What you feel drawn to. I feel like this with the Nine of Cups there, it's more, instead of you drawing these things to you, it's like these things are drawing you up. So usually I look at it, this card in the different, where this figure is tapped into the energy of the spirit world. She's aligned with her soul, and she's through that attracting all these wonderful cups and blessings into her life. But this almost feels like spirit, or these interests and things out in the world, are drawing you towards them instead. You have multiple, like, what does Marie Forleo say? She's a multi-purpose, a passionate multi-purpose entrepreneur, whatever. So you have many different interests, and how can you fuse them together to create something? Whatever it is, it's going to be very successful for you. Spirit showing you the trajectory of these skills, these talents that you were naturally given, the curiosities that you were naturally given by the spirit world, by your soul. Like, this is your true soul coming through, showing you that, like, there's something, the end result, whatever it is going to be extremely successful. You just have to kind of get out of your own way. Stop dragging your heels is sort of the main message here with the Five of Cups. It's not easy being a visionary. Okay, I'm going to use this deck. I'm going to be mindful of time because I didn't want to make this 11:10. I've been seeing 11:10 a lot recently, so it's not quite 11:11. It's like the thing right before the blessings, I feel. It's like the blessings are almost there. There's just a step you have to take, a decision, but not just a decision, but a step towards the decision. Like, I'm going to do this with my gifts, and maybe not clearly knowing and seeing what the full manifestation of that thing is. This Queen of Pentacles is kind of off by herself over here. It's like, this is a part of your reality. This is what you're manifesting: success, long-term security, wealth, comfort, like just feeling really comfortable, not only in your own skin, but like financially, in your home, with your family. If you're not already there, but maybe you've walked away from something else. Maybe you're right now in this energy of making that choice to walk away, with the Eight of Cups there, walking away from something that's not working, something that's not entirely you, and going through the motions, the process of making that choice and actually coming to alignment with your soul and deciding, like, look, okay, now I know this is what I'm meant to do. This is who I am. This is what I'm great at. This is what's drawing me towards it. This is what I see. These are the visions that I'm seeing. And then making the choice to, like, just go for it. Just go for it. And when you just go for it, amazing things are going to start to come into your life. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Some people say that the Nine of Pentacles is just like that one blessing, that one wish, whereas the Ten of Pentacles is like all the wishes coming true. But with the Nine of Pentacles underneath the Empress, it's more of like you are just an abundant magnet for whatever blessings you want. It's like whatever you want is yours with the hawk here. Just reach out and grab it. When you reach out and grab it, Spirit will just like kind of hand it to you, but you have to reach first. What other messages from Pile 1's soul? Spirit, messages from Pile. What does Pile 1's soul want them to know? Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let me just check these cards, because some of them are like a little bit, not naughty, but you know. And YouTube is more strict about that stuff now. The Fool. I don't know why, when like art, you know, and the human form has been displayed out in the world for, you know, hundreds of years. But Spirit showing me Venus of Willendorf, the figurine, the goddess. You know, we worship these goddesses' bodies, but yet we can't show them nowadays. Especially in art form, it's just like artwork. Anyway, that's a story. I'm not going to get into. Okay, more messages from your soul. The Fool, 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Oh, this is... Okay, they actually wanted me to lay them out the other way. But anyway, I'm not going to take them up and put them back. So 7 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Yeah, you've been really restless about making this choice. And I feel like the 7 of Wands is more of an internal dilemma of being really conflicted about what to do and where to go and how to do it and what people will think about you. And then the 9 of Swords right there is like losing sleep, feeling really anxious and worried about what may come. But Spirit is really, and your soul, messages from your soul are really saying, just stop all of that with the 10 of Wands. Put that to rest. Put that to bed over here. A new beginning is possible for you. You can't necessarily see it until you take the leap. You have to take the leap first for then those opportunities, those things to come into your life. You have to show that you're ready, show that you want it. And that's when the magic happens. That doesn't mean you have to like force things and work hard. You know, yeah, working hard is a relative term. You know, what does working hard mean to you? When you're inspired by something, it feels natural and therefore it doesn't feel so hard. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself while you're doing this. Listening to your intuition, following through, really thinking like, how can I help you? When you talk to your soul, do some mirror work, talk to yourself and say, how can I support you? How can I make you happy? And then listen for that inner guidance, because that inner guidance is guiding you towards this brand new, shiny beginning, where you are completely aligned with your higher self, with the spirit world, sharing the messages that they want you to share in the way that is most effective for you and the people who need your message. I'll take one card from here, from Sacred Traveler's Oracle. Moving forward, what's the next step here then? Oh, that's too many cards. Just one step, Spirit. Please. What's the next step then? You know, not dragging their heels. We already went through that, but like to really push pile one forward. What is it that I can tell them? You're saying don't be afraid. Okay. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. And then we have the owl. There's an owl there. This figure is almost, really, I'm getting springtime, even though it's, there's lots of snow, but with the warm light coming through, and this bird here is making me think of the spring thaw almost. So I think that coming up in the next few weeks, it's a very important time for you. I think that you could spend some time in nature as well, looking at the birds. A lot of the birds are coming back out now, singing their song, really happy, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm in Canada. So, in the morning, it's nice to hear the birds again chirping and just like really excited about a new season, being able to come out and play and really enjoy the sun. More sun is shining, the days are longer. It's just a beautiful time of year. And so listen to Spirit through your surroundings. I think that nature has a lot of information for you, so spend more time in nature. Also, Spirit is saying it's, this unknown territory, you don't really know where you're going. And look at this snow. There's no footprints. There's not much, it's not like you're following in other people's footsteps because you're creating your own path. You are the one who's imprinting onto the world, whatever it is that you're meant to be doing. I love, 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 love the colors on here. The green and the gold. It's very earthy again with the pentacles. Reminds me of the pentacles suit. Coming out of that swords energy perhaps and stepping into a very grounded energy, I think is important for you as well. The possibilities are endless. Again, it really depends on who you are and what it is that your messages are that you're receiving. There's a lot of traveling going on in these cards. So we have also, where am I going to put this? Traveling lightly, simplify your life. Get rid of stuff, clear your house, right? Sell what you don't need, donate the rest that you don't need. You don't know where you're going from here. Maybe you've been, there's a lot of walking away, right? A lot of not seeing the figures' faces, walking away from things, walking towards a dream, towards the unknown. There's the light here, the light here, the light here, all where these figures are walking towards. They're walking towards the light. They don't know exactly what's there. Like the pot of gold under the rainbow. They don't know what's in the pot, but they know that they need to follow the rainbow to get there. And then at the bottom of the deck, fellow travelers, support is all around you. And then again, I didn't even see the rainbow, and this figure is heading off towards, not knowing where they're going, but following the rainbow. Right? There's something there. There's something there, and you can't see it clearly. I don't think your soul wants you to know exactly what it is. They just want you to really practice following your inner guidance, trusting that inner guidance, believing in yourself. And then when you get there, you'll know. You don't know exactly where you're going, but when you get there, you'll know. That's one of the big messages as well. So that's all I have for you, pile number one. Thank you so much for being here today. Sending you so much love and hugs. If this reading resonated, I hope it did. But either way, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button to support my channel. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd love to stay connected with you. And with that, I will see you in your next reading. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here and you missed the intro, I'm Carolee, and this is my channel, Clarity with Carolee, where I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges. Today's reading, I asked your soul to share a message with you today. Your soul, your guides, spirit, your higher self, all of the things. So we'll look at messages from your soul, from your higher self on, I don't know, pile number 1 was all about maybe I shouldn't tell you. And if you're interested, if you're drawn to pile 1, then go read it or go watch it. Okay, mirror. Who or what is triggering you? You chose the Angel Aura Quartz. Put that there. Put this over here. What a beautiful card. Maybe I should pick it up. Okay, look at her. Look at her looking at herself, gazing into the depths of her soul, her being, taking her time. It's such a beautiful card for such a strong message, or can be very triggering, can be very intense. Who or what is triggering you? There's so much liquid, just so much, it's such I don't want to say heavy, what's a better word? Just dense water energy. I don't know, have you ever gone skinny dipping and just that feeling, the bath is not the same, but that feeling of being free in the water, weightless, it's almost as close as you're going to get to feeling what it feels like to be a soul, to be your soul, is in the water naked, in a big body of water. If you don't go skinny dipping, I recommend you do. There's cleansing that's really needed here, clarity of self. Your eyes, I think, are also deep pools of water. Maybe you have very blue eyes or very liquidy eyes, even if you have not blue eyes, but just that liquidy vibrance to them. If not that, your soul definitely. There's so much sensitivity here. I don't feel you would think with this card, you'd be going through really, I don't want to say traumatic, but very agonizing times almost. But the card is so beautiful. There's so much beauty in facing our triggers and understanding what they are and where they come from, and really honoring and nurturing our inner child, learning to love ourselves when other people couldn't love us the way that we needed them to love us, especially from a young age, There's so much work and depth, when you start to dive deep into your soul, into your reasoning, into your triggers, into your subconscious, all these things. There's so much beauty there, heartache and pain, but beauty at the same time. When you start to come into alignment with your soul through healing. But what is it about this? There's something... I don't know. Have you guys seen Avatar? The Way of Water, the new one? Going into a new world, with new people, learning a new way, having to be humble, having to be willing to allow others or spirit or your soul to guide you, letting go of that need to control, that need to be resistant or hesitant or rigid maybe, allowing yourself to flow with water, see things in a different way, changing your perspectives, taking a back seat to I don't want to, not a backseat to other people's needs, but it's more that's not the right terminology. They're showing me just somebody who's like sitting back in a chair, leaning back and just observing the world, like the Hanged Man card, or and not because you're being forced to wait, but because you need the time to observe yourself, to observe other people, to observe how you interact with the world, observe how other people interact with you and each other. You're a people watcher. So instead of being a people pleaser, becoming a people watcher, watching for their motivations, watching what drives them, watching what, how they interact. Maybe you're a therapist of some kind, a therapist or a psychologist or a mental health professional. And so you're very keen on observing people. You're good at it. You're good at interpreting other people's actions and body language and stuff. Maybe you've been really sensitized to it through your own experiences in childhood. And so you've become hypervigilant when it comes to observing other people. But the way you have adapted to those experiences from childhood is by becoming this keen observer. Why can't I speak? I'm fumbling all over my words with you guys. It's very hard to get the message out. I can feel it, I can see it, but it's very hard for me to get this message out for you. Like, you're so deep in your emotions, in the feelings, that I feel like it's very hard to express them for you. Maybe you're having a really hard time expressing them. Like really getting them out, but you're so attuned to them. Let's see. Oh gosh. Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Let's see, move these over. What is pile 2's soul calling them to do? What's the soul, pile number 2's soul? What's the message here? We got the 8 of Cups in pile number 1 too, but this is a different energy. This is not the same thing. Ace of Swords. Wow. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Like 2 10s and 2 aces. That's basically 11-11 right there. Wow. They're showing me like a mother rocking a baby. But not necessarily in like the birthing, but it's like nursing yourself back to health. Like really taking a time out. Queen of Swords, 8 of Cups. What is triggering you? If you haven't already, Spirit or your soul really wants you to set firmer boundaries and walk away from what's no longer serving you, from people, places, and things that are toxic for you, for your well-being. You are such a soft, beautiful, lighthearted being. Like, I can't even put it into words, the depths that you feel inside of you. With the Angel Aura course as well, like, you're just this pure ball of energy. Like, you're just so pure in your soul. You're so pure. And the world has really hurt you, whatever you've been through in the past. And it could even just be vibrations. Like, if when you go into a very toxic environment, or maybe if you walk into a room and people have just had a fight, you feel the energy, and you are very empathic. And that, you know, some people are true empaths, and then there's some people who are just very sensitive and have been sensitized to other people's energies because of how they grew up, that home environment. This is the, oh my God, I'm having such a hard time getting my words out with this pile. You feel things so incredibly deeply, and then I feel like you have a really hard time expressing how those things have made you feel. Maybe understanding it. I think you need to, if you haven't already, or you have recently done a lot of this inner work and just trying to understand who you are, why you are the way that you are, what you've been through, how it's affected you. But your soul is calling you to walk away from people, places, and things that are no longer serving you, that are toxic, without any regret. If you have already done that, but you're feeling guilty about it, your soul is saying to stop feeling guilty for it. There's no need to. It's not that they're saying just stop, right? They're not that cruel, but they're just saying maybe even stop overthinking it with the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Swords here. Walking away did you good. It's helping you to heal. It's helping you to become who you're meant to be, slowly but surely, with the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, very thoughtful though, and focused on the goal, focused on what it is that you want, with the Magician over here. So I think one of the strongest messages here is stop feeling guilty for having to do what you need to do for yourself. And it could be a very unconscious thing that you feel guilty and you don't understand why, or you know, setting boundaries, saying no to family and friends. You know, maybe you were somebody who was always there because you're so empathic and loving and caring. You wanted to show up, you wanted to help people. That's what you really truly want to be in your life, but it's taken a toll. And your soul wants you to just stop putting other people first. Stop spreading your energy around where it's not being respected. With the Ace of Swords, this could be about communication, ideas. Like, I think that you have these really beautiful thoughts and feelings and ideas to share and things you want to say. There's a lot of solo energy here. Maybe you've been alone for a while, or your soul is telling you that you need to spend some time alone to really figure out who you are at a soul level, to get in touch with your soul. I think that your soul is so deep, so wise, so beautiful, so ancient that it needs time out. There's so much hurting in your heart, and you feel it, and it's not just your energy, it's everybody else's energy too. So you just feel everybody's emotions, everybody's stuff. And you need to cleanse your energy, you need to cleanse your aura, your environment, mostly when it comes to people and situations, maybe work. There's not a lot of work stuff here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then we have Knight of Swords. So there's so much Swords energy here. Swords, Cups, Wands, Knight of Swords, and then the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Your soul wants to leave a situation so badly, if you haven't already, or something you've been really considering, feeling guilty about, feeling worried over, wondering like, what, after you leave, what's next? What do you do next? But there's a lot of, you need to heal. There's going to be a period of healing for you that maybe you do need to be alone for a little while. Be very selective anyway about who it is that you allow into your energy space. But there is a person or a situation or something that you need to sort of run away from, or you're in the process of rushing away from, leaving behind. And this is your soul kind of guiding you away from this stuff. Like, look at Eight of Cups. There's something over here in your past that you're like, you need to get away from. I'm curious, just because I'm curious. What are they walking away from? What do they need to walk away from? I mean, I think everyone is going to be a different situation. It could be, okay, so I guess I could put it over here. So we have Justice, Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, the Wheel. I'm getting the energy that it's like a relationship with a masculine figure, a masculine energy type, who you've put in so much work into this relationship. It could be a business partnership or a business with a partner or a father figure or a romantic partner. You've put in so much effort into this. I think for everyone it's really different, but here's an example. Like, you've put so much work and effort into this person, and they're very selfish. The King of Pentacles can be very condescending, can be very selfish, possessive, or dismissive even. They can be financially controlling as well, manipulative. Especially with the Magician there at the end of the deck. Like, I think that you've been manipulated and put down for your sensitivity, used and abused for your sensitivity. It could be in many different ways, not so outright, but it could be that this person has been really lying to you. Maybe there's a third party involved with the Three of Cups there. Or maybe there was somebody in your life who had an affair or who cheated, and you've been trying to work on rebuilding your relationship, but is it really worth it? You have to really think not just about let's say the affair, right? Let's say this is the example, the affair that made you feel bad, but maybe made you question your reality. But, look at the relationship before that happened. What was going on? Did this person or this situation appreciate you for all of your amazing gifts? Or do they put you down for being really sensitive and being really artistic and feeling everything extremely deeply? I think that there might be... We have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck right there. Let me just... I think that there's this person who maybe isn't working with you in the way that you want, and maybe you have been, or sort of considering what to do next. I feel this knot in your stomach, just so unsure, feeling so guilty about it. The Emperor. Walking away from a family structure. Those are two very powerful energies, the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. They're extremely masculine, very dominant. Family is very important. Security is extremely important. But also doing things, they're showing me like doing things the right way. Everything has to be done a certain way, very specific. This is very like, I know the Emperor is Aries, but it's also very Taurus. I'm picking up a lot of Taurus energy there. They're very domineering. They can be extremely condescending in their wound, if they're operating from their a wounded masculine. And Six of Swords came out. I'll just put that there. And I think this situation is not healthy for you. Whoever this person is, it could be a father figure. It could be a business partner, right? You could be dealing with the Justice card there. There could be legal issues. You're going through a divorce, whatever. Like, there could be a lot of different, depends on who you are and what's going on in your life. But I think that in some way, spirit is or your soul is kind of saying, like, at what point can I just cut some of my losses and move forward, because I'm done arguing over this. With the Seven of Pentacles, it can feel like working and working and working and nothing's getting done, doing all the things, but it's just not going anywhere, which is the Seven of Pentacles is under here. There's too many people with the Three of Cups there. There's a lot of people's influence in this situation, and it's not just the two of you, right? There's too much going on, and you need a timeout. Two of Swords. You need a timeout to get clear on who you are and what you want in this world, in this life. To listen to your soul's guidance, to figure out, like, okay, now that this phase is over, what's next? And instead of worrying about that stuff working itself out, and what's going to happen with this, situation over here, what is it that you actually want, right? Let go of this energy that's dragging you down and focus on what's next, and start taking the baby steps that you need to take with the Nine of Pentacles here towards something else, a better life, something that will nourish your soul, something that feels good. Yeah, like maybe potentially surfing, or going to the beach, taking a vacation, Three of Wands, traveling, or something's coming in for you. There's a world of possibilities out there, but until you let go of this toxic stuff over here, that can't come in for you. So you really have to defend your own serenity, I'm hearing, and focus on like something else. Whatever it is, focus on some joy as well. And then there are other opportunities and things that will come into your life, but it's going to take some time of you just spending a lot of time on yourself solo, and really just focusing on healing and letting go of things that feel really stuck. If things are stuck, just let it go for now. Circle back when you can, when you're feeling a little bit better, when you're feeling strong in yourself, but nothing's going to move forward right now until you start to focus on yourself and stop worrying about what's going on there, because whatever happened there, it's actually sort of spirit protecting you from something that could have gotten a lot worse before it ever got any better. So, don't let this person, and I'm seeing, if you're going through divorce and you're dealing with a very narcissistic type person, don't let them get under your skin, right? If they are triggering you and they're doing it on purpose, for some of you, try your best to not react to their poking and prodding. The more you react, the less control you have over yourself and this situation. So if you need a timeout, take a timeout. Narcissists thrive on your negative reactions, and then they turn the finger around and point blame at you. They shift blame back onto you. That is BS. Don't take the bait. But in order to not react to their poking and prodding, the best thing that you can do with is the Ace of Cups here, and really focus on self-care, nurturing yourself, and healing from that toxic situation. And then doing something else. It could be just developing a hobby with the Knight of Pentacles there, doing something that is fun for you, something that maybe you stopped doing. Could be, seeing some friends, but I feel like you've been isolated for a long time, or you don't know who to trust. And sometimes these abusive type relationships can be very isolating. And so you don't know who you can turn to and talk to about what's going on. But that will come if you open yourself up to it. But the only way to open yourself up to those new people, new community, better energy, healing, all of that is through self-healing, is through nurturing yourself, self-care practices on the regular, like every single day, taking a bubble bath, even if it doesn't feel like that's what you want to do right now. Just try to make your well-being a priority as much as you can, and things will start to get better with some time, and especially the longer you spend away from these toxic energies or this toxic person. Okay. what can they do to heal? Show me some messages, Spirit, for pile number 2, the Ace of Cups energy. Anything specific in terms of them healing, aligning with their soul, listening to you, listening to their soul a little bit more? Let me just double check these cards for inappropriate images. They don't, most of them don't. They're good, but which way should I lay these out, Spirit? Okay, so we have Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, again, 2 Ace of Swords. This is like honoring your truth, especially if you've been in an abusive situation. You have to align and start to listen to your own truth. Doing the little baby steps, the 7 of Pentacles, working on acknowledging yourself, the Queen of Swords there, standing firm, owning your boundaries, but speaking your truth, telling your story. Maybe you've been in a very abusive relationship for a long time, or a series of them, and you're trying to get to the root cause of all of this and what attracts you to these people, or whatever, right? There's so many different scenarios, but really understanding where that comes from, how it's affected you, and telling your story, being honest. Some people can be very afraid of going to the police and reporting somebody, or, I mean, there could be so many different scenarios here, but owning your truth, speaking your truth, takes the power away from the narcissist. They thrive in the shadows and secrecy and alienation. By alienating you, they become more powerful. But if you speak your truth, tell people what's going on, force them out of the shadows and into the light, you can take your own power back. 2 of Wands, the Star, and Temperance. Believe in yourself. Believe in possibilities. Believe that another life is possible with the 2 of Wands there and the Star. And then Temperance is just about balance and taking care of yourself, self-care. Like I was saying, it's really important, making sure you're drinking a lot of water, getting sunshine, vitamin D, balancing your hormones, focusing on, I saw a good quote the other day from what's his name, Jim Quick, and he said, if you only have 40% to give in a day and you gave 40%, then you actually gave 100%. So be really mindful of what you can handle in this moment, in this day, and don't force anything. Don't push yourself beyond what your limitations, because that will just burn you out, and that'll just deplete your power and your energy. And what you really need to do is restore it. So I hope this, let's look at what's next, or anything like movement forward that they need to know about. Pile number 2, Spirit, messages from their soul moving forward out of this situation. What's sort of on the horizon, or how do they get to the top of this hill, this battle that they're in? How do they, work their way up to the top of the hill? It's too many cards. I just want one card. 1 or 2 cards. Oh gosh. Okay, breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. And miracles. Expect wonders to emerge. Things are going to get better. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune there. So things are going to get better. Just don't look at... Sometimes, we say look at the big picture, but I think with breaking trail and the 9 of Pentacles here, it's more about like focusing on this present moment. When somebody starts to dig, let's say a swimming pool in their backyard by hand. Back in the day, you wanted a pool and you got, a shovel and start digging. If you try to look at how far you've come versus how far you've come, or how long it's taking versus like, how much you can accomplish in this one moment, in this day, it can be very overwhelming. But if you just focus on like this one shovel, one shovelful of dirt at a time, eventually, slowly but surely, you will create something and manifest something and bring something in that's so wonderful, so beautiful. And I think Spirit's also saying, while you're focused on the present moment, on this task, on this healing, one day at a time, something magical will appear, and you do have a community of support around you that's going to be helping you. it's just take one moment at a time, one step at a time. It can be very hard, but extremely rewarding. I think the most important thing, sorry, again, with my inability to speak today, one of the most important things you can do right now is protect your own energy, speak your truth, honor yourself, step into that Queen of Swords energy, boundaries, discernment as well, who you let into your energy field, really being selective about that, walking away from people, places, and things that are not serving you, dropping the ball on whatever is not moving forward right now, dropping it, and it'll move forward when it needs to, but right now it's not worth your energy or your time, because you need to nourish yourself before that stuff will move forward. And that's where you're going to reclaim your power, especially if you're dealing with narcissists. The more you engage with them, the more powerful they get. They feed off of that energy. So just don't feed them. Feed yourself instead. Love, self-respect. And you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Big hugs. Find a support group, I think, would be really important. People who understand. But make sure the support group aligns with you. It feels right. If it doesn't feel right, then don't accept it. Don't take that energy in. I feel like there's a lot of alone time that's needed in order you to figure out yourself before you decide on where you're going. For you to be able to hear your soul. If you can't hear it because you're so overwhelmed with all this other energy and these toxic people and situations that have used and abused you, it's hard to hear your soul. It's hard to know what to do next. So that's going to take some time. Meditation, healing, salt baths, go into a salt cave experience, like that kind of stuff. Sensory deprivation tanks, float tanks, that kind of stuff I think is going to be very nourishing for you. Go near a body of water. Again, skinny dipping I think is a great idea for you. Yeah. So with that, pile number 2, big hugs, sending you so much love. I respect you. I believe you, whatever your story is. You don't even have to open your mouth for me to believe you. And you are so much stronger than this situation and this person. You might not feel that way, but that's because your energy is depleted. So take some time to nourish yourself, and things will start to move forward, but that's your focus right now. If you liked this video and it resonated, please comment, let me know, tell me your story, email me if you want to share your story with me, if you want some more privacy, and yeah, like this video if you liked it, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that so that we can stay connected. I'd love for you to stay connected with me and this community that I'm building. Thank you for being here and sharing your beautiful energy with me. You are so special. You're so special, okay? I want you to know that. And if people can't see that, then that's their problem, right? Hugs. See you next time. Hey, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Sunstone and this beautiful card, Longing for Home, Belonging, the original light workers. Welcome, friends, starseeds. What is going on with this energy? It's very deep today, but I guess that's what we can expect by communicating with your soul, your higher self. Her fins are beautiful. She's like a mermaid, but her fin is like those what are they called? The Japanese fighting fish. I don't know what their technical name is. There's this lone wolf energy. Right? 2 males can't be in a tank together. They just eat each other. They can be very vicious. Those fish, beautiful but deadly. Her fin almost looks tattered. I don't know if you can see that. It almost looks like it's tattered on the bottom. Like, I know that fish fins have the edging, but it almost looks tattered. It's like You've lived so many lifetimes, lived through so many experiences. There's this weary energy. Proud, strong, fierce, wise, but weary at the same time. I want to come home. I'm hearing someone say that. I don't know if you say that to your spirit guides, to the universe. Like, I'm just done. I want to come home. I want to come home. Why am I here again? You want your soul family. I think that maybe you've been calling your soul family in, and you don't necessarily feel them or see them yet in this life, or you know that they're there and they're coming, but you're just like, I need you to catch me because I feel like you're almost ready to fall. Very unstable. Not in your self-awareness, it's more in your energy, your human body energy. The toxicities of the human world, the density of the human world are affecting you a lot in this life. I don't know if every life they have, but I feel like you can feel the density here, and it's dragging you down in this moment. I don't think that that's typical for you of your entire life. I feel like, what is it? They're showing me somebody push, like, when you're swimming, doing a breaststroke, and you're pushing the water away to swim. It's almost like that, but like not in the water, on land, like trying to push through the world because it's so dense here and you're not used to it because you're a starseed. Because you've lived through so many lifetimes, you know what it feels like to be a soul energy. You can, even if you don't consciously know it, you intuitively know it. Your soul knows it, and it just feels the density. It's so tired of this, and I think it's. Let me just. Okay, I did pull some tarot cards. Let's just get into this a bit. The Temperance reversed. Temperance reversed. The World. Oh man, look at all these major arcana you got. Death, Four of Wands, and Star. You're longing for home. I'm going to put that over there. Longing for home. I feel like a big part of your mission here, and then we have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. In this life, at this moment, you are extremely affected by the energy of what's going on in the world. The economic instability, right? The banks collapsing, policies, procedures, all of this stuff in the world. You're like the draconian energy. What is happening? You're like, why can we even do anything on this planet? Is there even a point? Like, you're taking your mission so seriously, but you almost feel like your mission's a failure. Your soul, this is a message from your soul, because your soul knows what it came here to do, and it's almost kind of like, ugh, how do I get through? How do I break through this? See the circle around this human, this figure? And it's like the golden energies of spirit trying to infiltrate into the world here, to bring in love, to bring in like this rainbow color here, like to bring in the love, to bring in the lightness, to bring in the healing. And it's like, how do I break through to these people, to this place? Feeling a little bit like, I think you're like a fallen angel almost with the Temperance in reverse. Like, how do I break through this density? forlorn, a little lost, a little like, do I even bother sharing my gifts with the world? Do I even bother trying to complete this mission? What's the point when there's so much resistance? And that's the energy. That's sort of like this mindset that I feel you in. Yeah. Oh my God. The High Priestess came out kind of in the same sort of position in pile number 1. Different message. The High Priestess, the Hermit, and the Wheel underneath. Look at these. Look at all the major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 major arcana. Only 1 non-major arcana card. Whew. I feel you, guys. I definitely get it. You're like questioning what's the point? You're in that mode right now, and it's because of the density here, and you just feel like it's not moving anywhere. It's just getting worse. And when you spirit world, or when you took on this message to be a shapeshifter or a paradigm shifter or a light bringer or whatever, I don't think you realized how challenging it was going to be. Your soul, I don't think your soul realized quite how challenging it was going to be, how powerful the dark forces have become here. And it's feeling extremely overwhelming for you. You're longing. You're like, I just want to come home. I could reset because I need to come home. Some of you, what is that? What's the soul called? Where if somebody dies and then a soul comes in and takes over the body of somebody after they've died, like they kind of, one soul leaves and another soul comes into the same body, and it's usually someone who's had a near-death experience, and they wake up as like almost a completely different person. What's it called? I just saw the word the other day. A new soul that's entered midlife. It's almost as if, and this is strange and it's very specific, so I apologize to anyone who this doesn't resonate for, but it's almost as if you are that soul who's like, I want to leave this body, but it's not like the body wants to die. You kind of want to tag somebody else in, another soul. It's weird, but it's like you want to tag another soul to come in to kind of finish the job or to continue where you're leaving off, because you almost feel like you want to wash your hands of this whole situation. And it's weird because these cards are extremely powerful cards. They talk about change, they talk about self-introspection, spiritual awakening, coming to an end of this period of this spiritual awakening, and a new dawn, a new day is at hand. That's kind of what the layout suggests, right? Really receiving a lot of these downloads, being a fallen angel, like literally an angel, on an earthbound angel here, Arcturian maybe, if you know anything about starseeds or you identify as a starseed, you study them. Atlantean, right? You've lived many, 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 many lives. You've been through it. You work with the dragons, you work with the shadows, you work with the underworld. You do all that stuff. Whether you do it consciously or not, you still do it. You know it. You know a lot. Claircognizant. You're very claircognizant. You have this internal knowing because you're so wise and you've lived so many lifetimes. And different planets, different universes, different galaxies. You've lived so many places. You know so much, and it can be very frustrating to come to Earth with it's so young. It's so behind other worlds. It's so dense here. It's so, there's so much calamity and judgment and ego, and it's like, God, why can't you people just wake up? I'm sorry, I don't know. It's such a different pile than the other two piles. I mean, you know that things can change, and you want them to. Yeah, here with the Eight of Wands and then the Sun at the bottom of the deck. You know you're here to spread this message of change and awareness, and the soul, you know, talking about the soul and the astral realms and, you know, all this stuff. You know so much. You want to communicate about it. You want to spread this message that we don't have to live like this. There's a better way of doing things and relating and loving and growing and evolving as a species, as a soul, as a human being, as whatever. You know how to do it. You spread the message. You know, but it's like, I don't feel like my message is getting through with the Eight of Cups there. Is there a better way with the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck? Should I just leave, you know, the messaging isn't right, maybe. No, this is such a complicated pile, you guys. You're very spiritual, you're very psychic. And not because you just came here as a psychic in this life, it's because you're so ancient. It's almost a terrifying energy. I feel like people really feel your energy. They might have other people might have a hard time looking at you, or you make people extremely uncomfortable when you look at them or you give eye contact to them. Like, you're just so ancient, so wise, such an old soul. It's almost hard to be around you with other people. You might have dreams of the dark energies that are trying to hold you back. Like, you might have had a lot of setbacks in life because the dark energies, the draconian energies, recognize your soul, and have really tried to dim your light. I referenced the book of Job in the reading I did yesterday, that I recorded yesterday, and that could be something that you identify with, like just being tested and challenged by like the devil energy or by dark energies that are trying to prevent you from accomplishing your mission. So not only have you come to this world and feel like it's almost an impossible task because of the world that it is, but it's almost like you're being challenged constantly as you try to complete your mission here. Queen of Cups. It doesn't always have to be a battle, though. Spirit, your higher self, your soul is saying, I don't think that you're meant to force the message through. I think that just you being here and sharing your energy, even if you were to sit in a coffee shop and read a book, I think people like a soul book or a spiritual healing book or whatever it is that you feel called to, that's sort of like as a paradigm shifter. What kind of books this is just an example, what kind of books do you read that other people will see you reading, that will influence them to go and pick up that book, that will help to change their life, you know, in that kind of a way. I don't think that you're necessarily meant to put yourself out there forcefully right now. I think that you make a powerful difference in the world just by being here, by anchoring into this space, anchoring into your heart, into your energy, making sure that you're raising your vibrations. You're paying more attention to your vibrations than by like, how do I frame this message so people will hear me, if that makes any sense. Yeah. You could be a projector in human design, if that resonates for you. I'm a projector, so that's, I get this, like this energy as well. But if you follow human design, it doesn't have to be because you're already just an ancient, wise old soul. So I don't think that you care so much about astrology. You might dabble in it. You might, read it, read your horoscopes. You watch the tarot readings. You're interested. But you already know because you're claircognizant. So you already know. You don't necessarily need the confirmation. You just enjoy it. You enjoy esoterics. You enjoy communicating with other spiritualists. Very, you like deep conversations. You don't like small talk. It's infuriating. You're just not that person, and that's okay. I think you're okay with that, though. I don't think that really bothers you. I think it's, more about like the sorry. Oh my goodness. The contrast between what you're supposed to be communicating and putting out there versus how much you're just supposed to be in your energy body and focusing on your own well-being, and how just by you focusing on your own well-being. So let's go like this, and then the 8 of Cups came out. This like walking away from the messaging, from the forcing of things, the forcing of the communication, of the messaging, of struggling to have your voice being heard, and instead focusing on your own energy, and then allowing yourself to be recognized just because the right people are drawn to your energy, right? This is the most important thing for you right now. Managing your own well-being, raising your vibrations, cleansing, meditating, yoga, walking around in nature. I think water is very healing for you. Allowing the right people to come to you, and allowing spirit with the 2 of Cups here. I'll put that here. Allowing spirit to bring the right people into your life that are ready to hear your message, instead of trying to force your message on the wrong people. And preserving your energy in that way. Not everybody is meant to follow you. Not everybody is meant to heal. Not every soul is ready for that. To ascend, to evolve, to grow, to go deep into their souls and transform themselves and their lives in this world. Like, not everybody is ready for that. You're not for everybody, and that's okay. Allow spirit to bring the right people in for you. That's the best use of your energy and your time. You don't have to be forcing out this message. Not every marketing tactic is for everybody, If you are an entrepreneur and you are trying to be like a coach or a speaker or something, just put yourself out there, conserve your energy in a nonchalant sort of fun way that's right for you, and then watch and see as the right people, places, experiences, and things come in for you. Yeah, focus on the journey, not on the destination, with the 2 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles there. Focus on the journey, not the destination. On this moment, you'll get to where you're meant to be. You are doing your job right now. You are fulfilling your purpose right now just by being in the world. Again, it's like that example I shared a minute ago with sitting in a cafe reading a certain book, and just by people observing you, they're curious about you, naturally they might not come to you, you might find that you are out, and the minute you look at somebody, you feel someone looking at you, you look at them and they look away, right? People are curious about you. People are naturally drawn to you, but they're also equally intimidated by you. So the more you try to force it, the more intimidated they are. So just let them come to you and just be in the world. Be your beautiful, creative, different self. Express yourself the way you want to express yourself. Dress the way you want to dress. Dye your hair the way you want to dye your hair. Speak the way you want to speak. Write the way you want to write. You're so gifted in communication in so many different ways. I don't think that it's right for you to try to fit yourself into a certain box of like, this is how you market, this is how you write a landing page, this is how you write a blog post. I don't know, like that just isn't right for you. That doesn't fit for you. It's not necessary. Look at this. So we have King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Pentacles. Like, and then the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So exactly following your passions. You are a spiritual powerhouse. You are a spiritual leader. And just by being this, you will solidify the grounding of that energy, the rooting of it, the materializing abundance and success and whatever, just by being in alignment with this spiritual energy, this powerful energy that you already have. Try not to get caught up in the human world. That's hard. That's a big part of kind of the things that are blocking you right now, is getting caught up in the human 3D reality that they've created here. Try not to get caught up in that. Follow your instincts, follow your soul, and how you are supposed to manage putting this message out into the world, because you're not meant to be traditional. It can be actually very debilitating for you if you did try to fit yourself into the box. So there's a different way, and so it's just like spread the message however you feel called to spread the message. You will be recognized for it, but try not to fit yourself into a strict box here, because that's not meant for you at all. Okay. What else does pile 3 need to know, Spirit? Ace of Cups. Oh my God, this has been coming out a lot today. Focusing on your own healing, feeling worthy within yourself, sharing and spreading love, healing yourself and other people just through love. Just through loving yourself, you're going to help teach other people how to love themselves. 7 of Pentacles and the Ace. The message will come, right? I feel like if you just focus on love, focus on honoring yourself, focus on joy and creativity and just feeling a sense of well-being within yourself, and then following the steps. Today I feel like doing this. Maybe having a rough plan for how you're going to put yourself out there today, but it doesn't have to be so strict, right? I think that for you, each day might be a little bit different in how you want to manage your energy, depending on your energy, depending on the messages that you're literally that are being downloaded to you by Spirit, and what your soul is kind of calling you on that day. Following the breadcrumbs each and every day, not worrying too much about the big giant picture, like the end goal, just like bit by bit, the message will come. It'll be a cohesive message. They're showing me, when you you move somewhere and you buy little pieces of furniture and art and stuff throughout your life, and your travels and stuff. And then one day you look around your home and it's a very cohesive environment. It feels very homey. It feels very you. It's very welcoming and warm. You look around, you're like, this is exactly me. But it's just been completed by piecing together all of these little things, these treasures that you've bought on your travels and throughout your life that really fit together cohesively. But you didn't think about it as you were building that, as you were traveling, as you were going about your life. It just all of a sudden came to be. It now is one cohesive message at the end of all of this, but you just can't see that right now, but it will be. Okay. So Spirit's also saying, and your soul is saying, don't worry so much about the end result. Just focus on the journey. Focus on the message that we want you to share right now. Maybe even as a response to things that are happening in the world. Maybe you're a journalist, right? Investigative journalism, even bringing truth to the world with the Ace of Swords there. Shifting reality, definitely paradigm shifting, right? And it's just your energy that's really the main focal point of everything. When your energy is vibrating high, the message is clear. So focusing on healing your own energy is the most important thing for you in order to step into your power. You are strong beyond measure. Oh my God, look at this. Surrender to the journey, release control, and solitude. In peace, or in silence, peace prevails. It prevails. It can't be any more clear than that. It's just confirming everything that I was saying. You are a very powerful being. there's nothing to control because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, just being in this moment, sharing your energy, whatever thoughts are coming to you, that's what you're meant to be sharing. You're so wise that you don't need to speak unnecessarily. You don't need to write extra words. Your voice is powerful enough. Just that very clear, concise message. You're very good at making something complicated very simple. And meditation, solitude meditation, making sure that you're separating yourself from the toxic energies so that you can replenish your own energy. Yeah, I think that's it. With that, pile number 3, thank you for being here and sharing your beautiful energy with me. You're so wise. You're so powerful. Acknowledge that. I mean, you can feel it, but I want you to really know it. Your soul is like, just don't doubt me. I don't think you do, but I think that you're really struggling with like sharing your message and fitting in maybe. But you don't need to fit in. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to shine, and you don't need to be forcing yourself because you're doing great in the moment. I could go deeper into this message and really sort of like coach you through putting yourself out there and the messages and stuff, but I'm not going to do that today. I will leave your message, your reading here, pile number 3. Again, thank you for being here, sharing your beautiful energy with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know. I'd love to hear your experiences in the world and how this resonated for you, and what you think your mission is and what you've been trying to change and force but hasn't really been working. And just, I don't know, share your story with me. I'd really like to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that so we can stay connected. And I'd love to have you a part of my community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you next time.